In the last class, coal and petroleum, already the formation of coal is explained. Formation of coal means, that means whatever the dead bodies present in the sea animals, that is fishes or any water animals, these are all died, buried at the lower part of the sea. Over that, some sand particles and dust particles are settled. Slowly, the dead bodies are converted into different materials, that is plankton. Slowly, the dead bodies of the sea animals are converted into plankton. That means these are the one type of bacteria. The bacteria converted like a plankton material. This plankton having drops of petrol. These are all having drops of petrol. Drop of crude oil or petroleum. It may be happened not only in a small interval of time. It's a very long time process. That means nearly lakhs of years. In a millions of years, these dead bodies are converted into plankton bodies. This plankton, that is a bacteria that are having drop of petroleum part. So slowly the petrol is formed in that area. This is the formation of coal. No, formation of petroleum. Formation of petroleum. Here formation of coal. Formation of coal means the dead bodies of the plants or trees. Here formation of petroleum means the animal bodies of the sea, these are all converted into plankton material, finally converted into petroleum part. Here formation of coal. Formation of coal means due to the natural disasters, that means sometimes earthquakes are happened. During the earthquakes, whatever the living things, that means animals and tree parts are buried in the ground. The tree part of the buried part, these are all converted into different chemical reaction. That means because of the high temperature and pressure inside the air, the dead bodies of plants and trees material are converted into coal part. That process is called carbonization. That means the tree stem part of the tree and plants, they are all converted into coal. It may be that is a very long process. This also takes place for several lakhs of years. That means after millions of years the process takes place. This process is called carbonization. And for this carbonization also, so much time is needed. That means lakhs of years are needed. In this carbonization, three types of coals are formed. First one is lignite coal. Lignite coal. Second one is bituminous coal. Third one is anthracite. Anthracite coal. Depends upon the carbon percentage. These are all divided into different categories. That is lignite, bituminous, anthracite. Lignite coal means carbon percentage is very less compared to the remaining coals. It gives less quantity of heat. Suppose after burning the lignite coal, it gives small quantity of heat only. Here bituminous means more percentage of carbon is there inside. In the bituminous, it gives more quantity of heat. Mostly industrial coal is bituminous coal only. That is in the steam engines or industrial purpose, bituminous coal only. The anthracite means, suppose if you are not in the bituminous coal, after several lakhs of years again this is converted into anthracite. Here anthracite means high quantity of carbon percentage is there. It gives very high percentage of, that is high, more quantity of heat. After burning this type of material, it gives more quantity of heat. That is anthracite coal. Generally, anthracite coal not available, in rare cases only available. Okay, this is the formation of petroleum and coal. The next one is exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources means the energy sources which can be exhausted, we cannot produce again. Suppose once the energy sources are exhausted, we cannot produce again. For example, coal, petroleum. These are all energy sources. Suppose again to form the coal form, it is not possible immediately the formation of coal. It is a very long process, lakhs of years takes place. In the same way, petroleum is also. Once petroleum is exhausted, we cannot get the petroleum again. It takes very millions of years. So these are all exhaustible. Inexhaustible resources. That means solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy, etc. That means inexhaustible resources means once the resources are exhausted, we can produce again and again. Suppose solar energy. Solar energy means the bountiful source of energy is sun. Sun gives very large energy. That means very high quantity of energy is released from the sun. By using this solar panels, we can produce solar energy. That means electricity can be produced by using solar panels. Wind energy. Windmills are there. Wind blades, windmills. These are all established at different places of the winds place, where the winds are blowing fastly. At that places, we can establish the big size wind energy sources. Automatically, the winds are rotate the fans, electricity is produced. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy means the interior of the earth having very high amount of heat. Nearly in the interior of the earth, 6000 degrees centigrade is there. By using this large quantity of heat, we can convert it into electrical energy. That is geothermal energy. Tidal energy. Tidal energy means suppose if you go to the near seashore, the tides are coming and going near the coastal region. That means the tides are moving continuously because of that the blow of the winds. By utilizing these tides, we can produce the energy. That is tidal energy. So many sources are there like this. These are all inexhaustible resources. Inexhaustible means we can produce again and again. These resources cannot be exhausted. Okay, next question is how imagine you are a driver. Imagine you are a driver. How can you save the petrol or diesel? This is a 4 marks question. Suppose you are a driver, how can you save the petrol or diesel? Generally, 4-wheeler, these are all moving these are all using for transport the public and goods also. Lorries, these are all transporting the goods. Suppose bus, cars, these are all transporting the public. Any four-wheeler or a three-wheeler, suppose you are a driver, how can you save the petrol? Suppose diesel car, diesel vehicle or petrol also there. How can you save that diesel or petrol? Here first one is, suppose you are sometimes traffic is clear, there is no traffic at all. At that time, some drivers are moving with high speed. Don't go to the high speed, economic speed. Some speed limit is there. First point is speed limit, economic speed. That means maintain some speed limit, then only we can save the petrol. Suppose second point, don't apply the brakes number of times. Suppose necessary only you can apply the brakes and change the gears. Suppose you are going on the highway. In that highway there is no formation of crowd. That means you can go clearly. Clear traffic is there. There is no traffic at all. Clear is there. So we can go very freely. At that time, don't change the gears a number of times. For small reasons also, you don't apply the brakes. And the third point is, suppose sometimes your vehicle is stopped. Your vehicle is there at the traffic. Traffic means heavy traffic jam is there. Your vehicle is inside the traffic jam. You can stop the engine immediately. Suppose it takes so much time, more time is taken to start the vehicle again. That's why you can stop the car or stop the vehicle. And fourth point is, check the vehicle continuously. That means daily you can check the vehicle. Check the vehicle means the brakes are continuously working, perfectly working or not. Check the tire of the air present inside the tires or condition of the vehicle. You can check this. Then only you can save the petrol or diesel. So you can get more mileage. These are the main reasons you can save the petrol or diesel. First point is the economic speed. You always maintain economic speed. Don't go very high speed or low speed. Economic speed you have to maintain. Second point is, you can stop the vehicle, stop the engine when you are in the traffic jam. And don't apply number of times brakes or change the gears. And fourth point is, you can check the vehicle daily. That means you can check the condition of the vehicle. That means air is present properly, air is present or not, and how the condition of the vehicle, any engine oil which you have to change, or brakes are perfectly working or not, like this. You can check the condition of the vehicle, maintain the condition of the vehicle perfectly. Okay, next question is, why people look for alternate sources of fossil fuels? These two are called fossil fuels. Coal and petroleum are called fossil fuels. Okay, this is why people look for alternate sources of fossil fuels. Suppose we use petrol and diesel continuously, what will happen? In the last class already I explained. Suppose if you use petrol or diesel, it gives polluting gases. It releases polluting gases. That means carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, arsenic, antimony, lead, like that, mercury. The related gases are released by this petrol or diesel. That affect the atmosphere. That means the weather and atmosphere, these are all polluted. To avoid this problem, people look for alternate sources of fossil fuels. That is one point. Another one is day to day consumption of petrol and diesel increases. That means population increases, needs are increases, automatically the consumption of petrol and diesel also increases. So availability of petrol is less, but consumption is more. So the cost of this petrol or diesel is very high. You have to save the money. That's why people look for alternate sources of energy sources. These are the reasons for the people look for alternate sources of fossil fuels. Here, first reason is the cost of fossil fuels is very high. Second one is release pollution gases, and third one is not only this pollution. Third one is it can damage the nature, atmosphere, and cost production. The management of maintenance of the vehicle is also very high. That means by the movement of the engine only, these are all working. So engine oil changing, repairing, maintenance, these are all problematic. So that's why the people look for alternate sources of energy. They want economic rate. That means very low, least price. Suppose if you maintain the petrol vehicle, the cost of 1 kilometer, nowadays cost of 1 kilometer traveling is 2 rupees. Suppose own vehicle or anyone. Suppose it is electric vehicle, the cost is 10 paisa, 20 paisa, like that one. That means economic. The people are always searching for economically less one. Okay, next one is third question. Suppose crude oil spills into the sea by an explosion. What will happen? Suppose sometimes the crude oil, the main crude oil is petroleum. The petroleum is transferred by the ships. Heavy ships are there. These are all transport the crude oil from one country to another country. Sometimes what happened, by an accidentally these crude oil ships are blasted. That means by hit the heavy rock, or suppose sometimes engines are damaged, working condition not well. By these reasons, sometimes natural calamities also. These are the reasons. That time the entire oil is spread over the seawater. What will happen? Suppose the petroleum spread over the seawater, automatically the living things, whatever the living things in the sea, oxygen supply decreases. If the oxygen supply decreases, they will also die. So many fish can be, living things are died, and sometimes the water is also polluted. The entire water is also polluted. That means it is not useful for the other purposes. And another one, the surrounding area, whatever the covered area, that area is polluted. That means atmosphere is polluted, water is polluted, living things are dead. These are the things happen when crude oil spills into the sea by an explosion. This is generally 2 marks or 4 marks question. Suppose 2 marks question means you can write 2 points. 4 marks question means you must write 4 points. These 3 questions are also 4 marks questions only. Sometimes they are giving 2 marks also. Suppose first question is 4 marks. Imagine you are a driver. How can you save the petrol or diesel? Good maintenance, checking the engine and tires regularly, And another one, economic speed, maintain the very good fuel. That means sometimes fuels are mixed with another materials that damage the engine also. These are the several things are there. You can write, imagine, you can think and write. But suitable answer is compulsory. Okay, next one. Why people look for alternate sources of fossil fuels? Why looking for alternate fossil fuel means fossil fuels are giving very pollution things, avoid the pollution, and economically they want less price. For less price only we can use the alternate sources like this. Third one is crude oil spills. Not only crude oil, sometimes oil tankers also accidentally the oil is spreading over the roads also, it is also happened. Yeah, that means the petroleum spread over the road, sometimes spread over the water in the sea. What will happen means that can damage the atmosphere. That means surrounding water is air is polluted, water is polluted. What are the living things? These are all died. Sometimes the next generation also it is affected. These are the problems happened by the pollution of the oil spills. That means spills in the water. So the coal and petroleum part, these are mostly completed. This part. Today I explain some important questions: exhaustible, inexhaustible resources, and formation of coal and petroleum. Some 3 questions are there. Read these questions thoroughly.